You are asked to try the following problem at home. The goal is to figure out the death rates from tuberculosis in both New York and Richmond in 1910. We're given the information based on race, either white, non-white, and then total. To compute the death rates for whites, we need to take the number of tuberculosis deaths, which is 8,400, divided by the population of whites in New York City, which was 4,675,000. If we divide this, we end up getting a solution of 0.0018. For non-whites, there were 500 people that died from tuberculosis out of a total of 92,000. This comes out to be a value of 0.0054. We are also asked to find the total tuberculosis death rate for New York City, which comes out to be 8,900 divided by 4,767,000. And this is an answer of 0.0019. You are asked to do the same process for Richmond. For the white population, there were 130 deaths from tuberculosis out of 81,000. which comes out to be a proportion of 0.0016. For non-white, there were 160 deaths out of 47,000, which comes out to be a proportion of 0.0034. And in total, we end up getting 290 tuberculosis deaths out of 128,000 people. And that comes out to be 0.0023. In the third part of this question, we need to determine why this is an example of Simpson's paradox. Remember that what we were looking at with Simpson's paradox is that we can say that one location has a smaller percentage than another location, but when we go through and we look at the totals, we end up getting a different answer for that. So for the white population in Richmond, they had a percent of 0.0016 as a decimal, and there was a 0.0018 chance of dying from tuberculosis in New York. So it appears that you would have a smaller chance of dying from tuberculosis in Richmond if you were white. Similarly, if we look at non-whites, we have a 0.0034 chance in Richmond and a 0.0054 chance in New York. So again, it appears that we've got a smaller chance of dying from tuberculosis in 1910 if we are in Richmond. However, if we look at the totals for this, we can see that there's a discrepancy in this answer. Richmond has a higher percent of people dying from tuberculosis overall compared to New York. And again, the reason that this happens is because when we're looking at these, we do not have equally populated values for these white versus non-white in New York and Richmond. So because it's a non-equally weighted sample, we do not end up getting these values being the same, or we do not come to the same conclusion under Simpson's paradox.